Good morning, dear student. Let us start the class. Today we are going to continue the chapter money, and our topic for today's class is multiplication of money. In the last class we have learned about the calculation of money, that is addition and subtraction. Our today's class is about multiplication of money. Before starting the class, let us recall what we have learned in the previous class. In the previous class, we have learned the relation between rupees and paise and their conversion. Like rupees 1 equals to 100 paise and 1 paise equals to rupee 1 by 100. That is the relation between rupees and paise. If you have to find paise in terms of rupees, you multiply by 100, and if you have to find rupees in terms of paise, you divide by 100. That is the relation between rupees and paise and conversion from one form to another. Then we have learned about addition and subtraction of money. In addition and subtraction of money, we are either finding the sum or the difference using the mathematical operation as plus and minus. Okay, so our topic is the third topic, that is multiplication of money. Now what is multiplication? Why do we use multiplication? Multiplication we use to find the value of bigger numbers. Okay, when the numbers are very big, it is difficult to count. Okay, so it takes a long process to add them together. So what makes it easier? It makes us easier to multiply them. When we multiply them, we can find the value of bigger numbers in a short minutes. Okay, so that is known as multiplication. Now multiplication has got some terms. Okay, in the chapter earlier before the term 1, we have learned about multiplication. Suppose if I have to multiply 12 into 2. If I have to multiply 12 into 2, what I will get? 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. 24. This 12 is known as the multiplicand. This 2 is known as the multiplier. And this 4 is known as the product. These are the terms used in multiplication. The number you are multiplying is known as multiplicand. The number which it multiplies is known as the multiplier, and the answer you get is the product. Now in the chapter multiplication, we have also got the place values, that ones and tens. But in addition and subtraction of money, we have learned that we don't use ones and tens as the vertical column. We use as rupees and paise when we have to multiply money. Okay, and a cross sign is used as the sign for the multiplication side. So let us take an example where we have to multiply money. Now children, let us take an example where we have to multiply money by a number and find the product. For that I have taken an example as 31297 and multiply by 34. Now this 312.97 is the multiplicand and in this multiplier is 34. We have to find a product. Now instead of ones, tens, 100, 1000 column we are not making. In terms of money, we are making the column for rupees and paise. This dot is separating the rupees and paise of money. Let us start. Now when we multiply money, we always start from the right hand side. So 4 will multiply the first 5 number. Then again the 3 will multiply the 5 numbers. And then what we will do? We will add them. Okay. So what we have? 4 into 7, 28. 2 will be carry over. 9 into 4, 36. Plus 2, 38. The dot will come. 3 will be carry over. 4 2s are 8. Plus 3, 11. 1 carry over. 4 1s are 4. Plus 1, 5. And 4 into 3, 12. Okay children? So this is the same process how you have done in the term 1 chapter, the multiplication. In the same way you have to multiply. But the difference is that you have a decimal point here. Okay, so let us take the next step, that is with 3. Okay, now 3 will multiply the 5 numbers. 3 into 7, we know we have to skip a step here. So 3 into 7, you can give a cross mark here. 3 into 7, 21, 2 again carry over. Once the carryover you have used, you can cross it out like that. Okay, so 9 into 3, 27 plus 2, 29. 2 again carry over. 3 2 is a 6 plus 2, 8. 3 1 is a 3 and 3 3 is a 9. Now after multiplication, what you have to do? You have to add them. Okay, so decimal point is here. 8 will come down because there is nothing to add with 8. 8 plus 1, 9. The decimal point will come down. 9 plus 1, 10. 1 is carry over here again. 5 plus 8, 13 plus 1, 14. 1 carry over. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1, 6. 9 plus 1, 10. So the answer is 10640.98. Now what symbol you will use here, what sign you will use here? You will use the rupee sign, because we don't have to put the paise sign here, because when the rupee sign is given in front of a number and a decimal point is there, that means we know that this is paise and this is rupees. Okay, and the sign used for rupees and paise, we already know it is rupee sign, and the small p for the paise sign. So children, in this way we can multiply money. There is nothing complicated about it. We have already done multiplication so many times in the chapter multiplication. Just remember, instead of the ones, tens and hundred, we are making the rupee and the paise column, and after multiplication you have to give the symbol. If you don't give the sign or the symbol, that means we will not know that this question is related to money. Okay, so now children, I have taken another example here. Okay, you have to multiply. Now I have not taken rupees here, I have taken only paise. Okay, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1 paise, you have to multiply by 4. So what you will do, there is no rupees here, no need to convert also if it is not asking in the question. You just make the paise column like that, and you put the numbers accordingly. 5, 6, 3, 2, 1, and you multiply by 4. And then you have to find a product. So multiply again from the right hand side. 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, 1 carry over, 6 4s are 24 plus 1 25, 2, 5 4s are 20, 21, 22. Okay, so this is the answer. Now what term will you use here? Since it is paise, so you will write only small p here. Okay, it is not, there is no rupees here, only the paise term is used here, paise value is given here. So after multiplying, whatever answer you get, you write only small p, or you can write in spelling also paise. Based on the topic we have discussed today, I have taken 2 questions here. Okay, a textbook cost rupees 65 and 20 paise. What is the cost of 12 books? If a textbook, the price of the textbook is this much, 65 rupees and 20 paise, what is the cost of 12 books? You have to find the value of many books. Okay, not one, but 12 books. What you will do here? You will multiply, because you have to find the value of 12 books. The second question is, a chocolate cost rupees 15 and 25 paise. How much will 5 chocolate cost? Okay, so if one chocolate is rupees 15 and 25 paise, what is the price for 5 chocolates? Similarly, you have to do what? Multiplication, and you have to find a value. Now children, when you are making the like this, when you are using multiplication in real life, in terms of money, make the rupee and the paise column, and don't forget to use the sign used for rupees. Okay, so children, this is the class for today. I hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Alright, and these 2 questions will be uploaded in the Google Classroom, as your exam is also getting over today. So we will start giving homework. Alright, in the next class we will be learning about the division of money, that is our last mathematical operation for this chapter. With this, I conclude my video. Thank you and have a nice day.